and paints a united front, a freewheeling PR blitz as the president makes a false accusation against his predecessors. Drug czar controversy, the president's pick under fire. Did a law he pushed help fuel the opioid crisis? Plus, prescription price secrets. An NBC News investigation finds paying for meds without using insurance can be cheaper. Tonight, the question you should be asking at the pharmacy. Suing the NFL, the first player to kneel during the national anthem accuses team owners of now conspiring to keep him off the field. Air scare, a terrifying scene. Panic in the cabin, passengers texting goodbye. And inspiring America, a young girl who lost her prosthetic legs in the California fires, now back up and running, thanks to the kindness of strangers.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, and thank you for being with us. A moment intended to demonstrate all is well between the president and the Senate Majority Leader turned into an impromptu and wide-ranging news conference this afternoon. And as those moments so often tend to go, President Trump had plenty to share, from his frustration with the Russia investigation to whether his predecessors reached out to families of the fallen, to his wish to see Hillary Clinton back in the political arena. Our national correspondent Peter Alexander was there for it all and has details.
President Trump tonight trying to present a united front with top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell, who he's repeatedly trashed.
My relationship with this gentleman is outstanding.
Just months after blaming McConnell for Republicans' inability to repeal Obamacare, tweeting he failed. McConnell seconding the president's latest words.
Contrary to what some of you may have reported, we're together totally on this agenda to move America forward.
An agenda that keeps growing thanks to the president, from revamping the Iran nuclear deal to restructuring health care, not to mention passing a budget and tax cuts. All of it as President Trump tries to quell a rebellion orchestrated by his former chief strategist, Steve Bannon.
Just so you understand, the Republican Party is very, very unified.
Only 2 hours earlier pointing the finger at Senate Republicans, insisting the buck stops elsewhere.
I'm not going to blame myself, I'll be honest. They are not getting the job done.
The president fielding an avalanche of shouted questions on the Russia investigation.
Well, I'd like to see it end. Look, the whole Russian thing was an excuse. Excuse me. The whole Russian thing was an excuse for the Democrats losing the election.
Even on his former rival.
Is she going to run? I hope. Hillary, please run again.
Asked whether he called the families of 4 American soldiers killed in Niger, Mr. Trump tossing an unfounded attack at his predecessors.
If you look at President Obama and other presidents, most of them didn't make calls. A lot of them didn't make calls. I want a little time to pass. I'm going to be calling them.
Earlier you said that President Obama never called the families of fallen soldiers. How can you make that claim?
I don't know if he did. No. I was told that he didn't often.
Tonight, a former Obama White House official is publicly blasting President Trump's claim as a lie. The fact is, President Obama engaged families of the fallen through calls, letters, and visits with Gold Star families. Tonight, the White House says President Trump has done the same. Lester?
Peter Alexander at the White House for us tonight. Thank you. President Trump today also facing tough questions after an explosive expose featuring his nominee to serve as the nation's drug czar. And he also vowed to make good on a promise he made more than 2 months ago by declaring the opioid crisis a national emergency in the coming days. NBC News White House correspondent Kristen Welker has the latest.
Thank you.
Tonight, President Trump's pick for the nation's top drug czar, Pennsylvania Congressman Tom Marino, under fire after a 60 Minutes Washington Post investigation found that as the opioid epidemic reaches new heights, a law sponsored by Marino last year made it tougher for the Drug Enforcement Agency to stop millions of narcotic pills from flooding the streets. According to the report, the law makes it virtually impossible for the DEA to freeze suspicious narcotic shipments from drug distribution companies. This former DEA regulator who led the enforcement unit spoke out to 60 Minutes.
This is an industry that's out of control. What they want to do is do what they want to do and not worry about what the law is.
The president pressed today on whether he still has confidence in Marino.
He was a very early supporter of mine, the great state of Pennsylvania. He's a great guy. I did see the report. We're going to look into the report.
Adding pressure, some Democrats are calling on the White House to pull Marino's nomination. After revelations in the report, the drug industry spent tens of millions lobbying to curb the DEA's authority.
Confirming Representative Marino as our nation's drug czar is like putting the wolf in charge of the henhouse.
No comment tonight from Marino, but other lawmakers are vowing to repeal the law, which sailed through Congress and was signed by former President Obama.
I just don't understand why Congress would pass a bill that strips us of our authority in the height of an opioid epidemic.
A lobbying group representing drug distributors acknowledged the country is in the midst of a national crisis and greater collaboration is needed. The DEA vowing to continue to use all of the tools at its disposal to combat the epidemic. Kristen Welker, NBC News, the White House.
Tonight, a guilty plea from Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl, who walked off his base in Afghanistan in 2009, was held for 5 years by the Taliban and returned in a controversial prisoner swap in 2014. At Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Bergdahl pleaded guilty to desertion and misbehavior before the enemy and could face life in prison. Our Pentagon correspondent Hans Nichols has details.
Sergeant Bo Bergdahl acknowledged today he had put his comrades in danger. I left my platoon in a battlefield, he said, calling it a situation that could easily turn into a life or death situation. At least 2 American service members were seriously wounded as U.S. forces searched for Bergdahl. The Taliban had captured him almost immediately and would hold him for the next 5 years until he was released in exchange for 5 Taliban prisoners. Today's guilty plea offered some comfort to one soldier in his platoon.
The fact that he's admitted that he did desert and misbehaved in front of the enemy has brought a lot of vindication and peace to me.
The prisoner released was controversial. Then candidate Trump was highly critical.
And 30 years ago, he would have been shot.
Bergdahl said he left his post to report misconduct by his commanders. An Army investigation said that he may have been delusional, concluding Bergdahl's mental state substantially contributed to his unreasonable decision to desert.
The fact that the Taliban kept him penned up for 5 years is the result of his walking into the hands of the Taliban. The United States of America still needs to extract punishment for what he did.
The judge found Bergdahl guilty of desertion for just 1 day, not his entire time in captivity. Sentencing is set to begin next Monday, and he faces up to life in prison. Hans Nichols, NBC News, the Pentagon.
A search is on tonight for a worker still missing after a massive explosion on a natural gas rig in Louisiana's Lake Pontchartrain. 7 others were injured. 3 remain hospitalized. The fire has now been extinguished, but the exact cause is under investigation. We turn now to the massive fire disaster in the West. New video giving us a terrifying glimpse inside the inferno as the death toll climbs to at least 41, which now includes a firefighter. But tonight, crews are hopeful they've finally gotten a handle on the flames. Let's get more now from NBC's Joe Fryer.
Sheriff's Office! A week after wildfires began their deadly march across Northern California, you gotta go! The sergeant behind this body camera footage is sharing his story.
I was scared beyond reason. I'm not a fireman. I've never been trained to be a fireman, so it was exceptionally shocking to me.
Brandon Cutting with the Sonoma County Sheriff's Department urgently knocked on doors when the fires erupted.
She's disabled. All right, let me get her feet.
Before helping a couple into their car.
We did as much as we could, but that's what wears heavy on us is what did we miss?
The latest death came today. A contract firefighter killed when a water tender truck rolled off a road. Firefighters are making progress, attacking stubborn flames from above, blocking their path down below.
On steep terrain like this, firefighters are worried about something called rollout. Logs and vegetation rolling down the hill, starting fires in places that haven't burned yet.
It's why crews dig perimeters around the fire. Once the flames hit these lines, they often vanish. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of evacuees are returning home. Lisa Aycock discovered her Napa house still standing.
And I'm lucky. And we have somebody who wasn't so lucky that is moving into our guest house today.
Peter Lang's house was destroyed because he focused his energy on saving the 1,000 exotic animals at Safari West, his wildlife sanctuary.
These are living, breathing things, and you got to stick with the living souls.
40,000 people are still evacuated tonight, and officials say it'll be days, if not weeks, before some in the hardest hit neighborhoods are able to return home for good. Firefighters say they are cautiously optimistic right now and hope that some of these fires will be fully contained by week's end. Lester.
All right, Joe Fryer tonight in Northern California. Thank you. Now to a new turn in the drama swirling around the NFL. Star quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who took his team to the Super Bowl several seasons ago and later grabbed national attention with a protest during the national anthem, has filed a grievance against the league's owners, accusing them of conspiring to keep him off the field. NBC News national correspondent Miguel Almaguer has more.
After taking a knee on the field, tonight, Colin Kaepernick is fighting to get back on his feet. The former superstar quarterback hiring attorney Mark Garagos and filing a grievance against the NFL, alleging league owners are colluding against hiring him because of his repeated protests during the national anthem.
Kaepernick has a very difficult uphill battle to show that there is some sort of agreement or collusion among the teams in the league to prohibit his employment.
Kaepernick's protest against racial inequality and social injustice became a movement, with teams kneeling together after President Trump weighed in last month.
He's fired. He's fired!
Ahead of an owners meeting tomorrow dealing with this very controversy, today the NFL is declining comment. Kaepernick, who opted out of his contract with the 49ers last year,
Kaepernick is in the end zone,
is still considered a high-caliber quarterback.
He's surely better than guys who are currently drawing an NFL paycheck.
A former standout player who took a knee and has been sidelined ever since. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
New troubles tonight for movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. New York police tell NBC News they're investigating 2 allegations of sexual assault against Weinstein. A spokesman for Weinstein unequivocally denies any allegations of non-consensual sex. Meanwhile, the rallying cry is catching fire on social media, many women posting "Me Too" if they've ever faced sexual assault or harassment from anyone. Tomorrow, the Weinstein Company's board meets to discuss a potential sale. Now to an NBC News investigation that could save you some money. Most people believe that when you use insurance to pay for a prescription drug, especially a generic drug, you're getting a good deal. Certainly a much better deal than if you bought the drug without insurance. But our team found that's not always the case. NBC's Ann Thompson reports tonight on prescription price secrets.
In small-town Magnolia, Texas.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? Steve Hoffert loves to talk to his Houston area customers. But there are some things this neighborhood pharmacist says he can't say.
How hard is it to keep your mouth shut when you see somebody overpaying for a drug?
Oh, it's very difficult. I mean, as a pharmacist, I'm here to take care of patients. And yes, it's extremely hard to see a patient spend more than what they really should be.
How does this happen? Take the cholesterol drug simvastatin. The patient's copay is $42.60. Hoffert's price for a patient paying without insurance, $18.59. A $24 difference he says he can't divulge because of a gag clause.
So just to be clear, there are instances where you cannot tell the patient there's a cheaper alternative.
Yes. It's in the contract language saying that we are not allowed to divulge that information. It's proprietary and we cannot share it.
An NBC News investigation found it happens on a wide variety of generics on certain insurance plans. For a common antibiotic, it can be $18 more to use insurance than to pay out of pocket. An antidepressant drug, $25 more. And a whopping $117 difference for an allergy and asthma prevention drug. Why? Pharmacists and consumer lawsuits claim it's to hide called back. It'll
back.
And
to think that they could get away with something that was so obviously price gouging.
not all benefit managers do it, but those used by United Healthcare and Cigna are being sued. Cigna won't comment on the litigation, and United Healthcare says pharmacies should always charge our members the lowest amount under their benefit plans.
You're an independent pharmacist. What if you got blood